It was Poland, 1931. Winter pressed against the convent walls like a living silence, and the sound of bells drifted faintly through the cold air. In a small, dim chapel in Płock, a young nun knelt alone before the Blessed Sacrament. Her name was Helena Kowalska. The world would one day call her Saint Faustina. She was 26 years old, unremarkable to anyone passing by, a servant of the kitchen, a soul hidden in simplicity. But that night, as the candles flickered, the veil between heaven and earth grew thin. She looked up and saw him, not in majesty, not in wrath, but in mercy. Jesus stood before her clothed in white, his right hand raised in blessing, his left resting on his heart. From that heart flowed two great rays, one pale, one red, flooding the room with light so soft and yet so infinite it seemed to breathe. She fell to her knees, trembling. And then she heard the words that would change not only her life, but the soul of the world. Paint an image according to the pattern you see, with the signature, Jesus, I trust in you. Helena, now Sister Maria Faustina, could hardly believe it. She was the least of her sisters, uneducated, poor, sickly, often misunderstood. She had entered the congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy not for glory, but because her heart could no longer bear the world's noise. I was called, she would later write, as one is called by love, quietly, irresistibly, forever. Her life had been simple, scrubbing floors, washing dishes, praying in silence. Yet in that silence, God was preparing a vessel. The revelation did not lift her from suffering, it deepened it. From that day, visions and voices came like light through cracks of stone, some radiant, others terrifying. She saw the depths of divine mercy and the abyss of human sin. She wrote in her diary, I saw a great light, and from it issued forth a voice saying, mercy is the greatest attribute of God. The Lord asked her not for understanding, but for trust. You will prepare the world for my final coming, he told her. Proclaim that mercy is the last hope for mankind. These words would echo across her heart like thunder. But who was she to speak? Her superiors doubted her. Her confessor hesitated. Even her fellow sisters whispered. She imagines things, they said. But Faustina did not defend herself. If these are illusions, she told her confessor, then I am content to live and die in them, for they make me love God more. Her obedience was total. My Jesus, she wrote, I will trust you even when everything within me trembles. The first painting of the Divine Mercy image would come through her obedience. She described every detail to the artist, Eugeniusz Kazimierowski in Vilnius. The white garment, the blessing hand, the two rays flowing from the heart. The pale ray, she said, stands for the water, which makes souls righteous. The red ray stands for the blood, which is the life of souls. When the painting was finished, she looked at it and wept. Who will paint you as beautiful as you are? She whispered. Yet Jesus consoled her. It is not the beauty of the paint that matters, but the grace that flows through it. Her diary, Divine Mercy in My Soul, became a map of the human heart laid bare before God. It was not theology written for scholars, but a conversation between the Creator and a soul stripped of pride. She wrote of her interior nights, her spiritual battles, her longing for purity. "Oh Jesus," she prayed, "transform me into mercy itself." She saw visions of heaven, purgatory, and hell, not to frighten, but to awaken compassion. "I saw souls falling like snowflakes into the abyss," she wrote. "I understood then why mercy must be proclaimed." Yet her daily life remained ordinary, scrubbing pots, carrying water, enduring illness. Her tuberculosis worsened. She coughed blood into her handkerchief and hid it with a smile. Her sisters mistook her silence for aloofness, her ecstasies for weakness. She never defended herself. "Silence is my armor," she wrote. "In silence, I love the most." Even in her suffering, she radiated peace. Once, when a sister mocked her, Faustina simply smiled and said, "I'm happy you can offer me a crown." Her greatest trial was invisibility, to bear the fire of heaven and yet be treated as a shadow. But in that hiddenness, the mystery deepened. "The smaller the soul," Jesus told her, "the greater my mercy upon it." She came to understand that holiness was not the absence of sin, but the presence of trust. "A soul that trusts in my mercy," he said, "is most pleasing to me. To such a soul, I grant everything." Her faith was not a mountain's strength, but a child's surrender. She wrote, "I am weakness itself, yet I have placed my trust in the strength of God." The film's first half would unfold through soft light and silence, the hush of convent corridors, the scrape of a broom across the floor, the flicker of a candle reflected in her eyes. Voiceovers of her diary would weave through each scene. "When I gaze into the host, I see the rays of mercy flowing upon the world." The music would be slow, luminous, like prayer breathing. The audience would begin to feel what she felt, that the infinite could dwell within the smallest heart, and that mercy is not a concept, but a presence. As the years drew on, the message within her grew brighter, even as her body faded. The tuberculosis consumed her lungs, her strength waned, but her peace only deepened. "When I'm too weak to pray," she wrote, "I simply look at you, and that is enough." She continued to receive visions, not of glory, but of mercy poured out upon a suffering world. Once, in prayer, she saw a great storm gathering over the earth. From the heart of Christ came two rays that stretched across the horizon, calming the darkness. She heard his voice, "Before the day of justice, I am sending the day of mercy." She was commanded to spread devotion to divine mercy, to urge the world to trust. "Tell souls," Jesus said, "not to fear approaching me. The flames of mercy burn me. I desire to pour them out." But Faustina had no means, no power. Her health declined, her mission misunderstood. She offered her helplessness as prayer. "Jesus," she wrote, "I cannot preach with words. Let my suffering preach instead." And it did. Those who entered her sick room often left in tears, struck by the peace that radiated from her fragile body. Her eyes, one sister said, seemed to look at something we could not see. In her final months, she was transferred to Krakow's convent, where she continued to write despite excruciating pain. "My pen trembles," she wrote, "but my heart sings." Her diary became more intimate, a dialogue of two hearts. "O love," she prayed, "you know that I want only one thing, to make you known and loved, and that your mercy may encircle the world." She offered every cough, every night of sleepless pain, for souls who no longer believed in forgiveness. "Let my body become an altar of mercy," she prayed, "that the world may know you are love." Her last confession was serene. "I rejoice," she told her confessor, "for the bridegroom calls me." On October 5, 1938, at age 33, she looked toward the crucifix and whispered her final words. "Today, my soul is meeting love." The sisters around her said her face glowed with light, her lips still moving, as though praying after death. The air in the room filled with an unexplainable peace. A few years later, during the horrors of World War II, her message would resound like prophecy. Mercy is the shield of the world. The image of the divine mercy, once doubted and forgotten, spread across nations. From Vilnius to Krakow, from Europe to the Americas, the rays of white and red found new homes, in churches, prisons, and the hearts of the broken. Millions would one day whisper her prayer. Jesus, I trust in you. Pope John Paul II, also from Poland, would call her the great apostle of our time, canonizing her as the saint of divine mercy. Her diary, once hidden, became the spiritual map of the century, and her message, born in obscurity, became a light that would never be extinguished. The film's final scene would return to her vision, the rays of mercy flowing from Christ's heart into the darkness of the world. The camera would follow those rays as they touched the faces of the sick, the lost, the weary, mothers praying, prisoners weeping, soldiers in battle. Her voice would echo softly over the image. Let no soul fear to approach God, for His mercy is greater than all misery. The music would rise, tender, luminous, and the final words appear on screen. Jesus, I trust in you. The light would expand until the screen dissolves into radiant white, then fade to silence. The silence of mercy that holds the world.